Good morning, my sweet crafty friends. It's Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is day 22 of our Christmas tag challenge. Today I'm going to show you how I redid that little Santa head from last night's live and make a Christmas tag. Woo! I can't talk again this morning. The first thing I did was take that piece of cardboard. Now this is a complete scrap of cardboard. You can see that there was some missing pieces on it. I just left it like that. I thought it looked cool. I used some Waverly paint in the color of cashew, painted that whole thing, kind of left some empty spots. Then I used the other color that we were deliberating on last night, which is the Dixie Belle paint in the color of collard greens. And I did a couple little stripes down the middle there, just sectioning it off with my tape. Then I Mod Podged this Santa head that I got from Sweet Stephanie over at the Vintage Pebble. Head over to her page. You can get the free printable from her. I used a baby wipe with some coffee grunge on it and went right over the top of that Santa to grunge him up a little bit. Now you can see there's a couple little white spots on there, and that's because I was not careful with my Mod Podge. So this is a great example of why you need to be careful. I tried to sand over it to see if that will help, but it did a little bit in some areas, but not great. You'll see we go back over it with some more coffee grunge. I just used my sanding tool, went around the edges. Now I'm just going to use some wax. And of course, you can see I forgot the clear wax again, so we're going to stop, put some clear wax over the top, just to kind of give it that little seal. Then we'll buff it off a little and go back to our dark grunge. So that wax is the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in the color of brown. Now, you guys don't feel like you have to have this exact wax. There's many options out there. The Bare Wax from Home Depot is just as good. I've just decided to give this one a try, and I really do like it. You can find that in like a little specialty boutique sometimes. I found mine in an antique mall with like individual group booths. Anyway, I just took a pencil and I just kind of sketched out the number 25 that we're just going to put there at the bottom of our tag. I'm using some Dixie Belle paint in the color of Barn Red. I think it was perfect. It gives it that vintagey, primitive, look because of the look that I was going for here. And then I just took a paintbrush and went right over my little tracings. Did take a couple coats to get it good, and I wanted to make sure that my pencil marks were covered, but I think it looks awesome. I hit that with a little dryer and dried it. Now I'm just kind of playing around with what I wanted to do with our little Santa, so I gave him a little piece of greenery on the brim of his hat with the rusty bell. And I just took some of this twine. I really like this twine, you guys. It's not your typical twine. That is a very skinny twine. It is considered to be a ribbon or a trim. It's at Hobby Lobby inside the fabric department ribbon section. So I just made a little tiny bow and just layered them on top of each other. Now that red was a bit bright for me, so I had to sand it down a bit and make it all kind of blend together. And there we go. I forgot my clear wax again, but we're just going to give it a nice big coat over the top of that. I just love how it just kind of freshens it up a little bit. Helps take that really super dusty look off of it. Put some wax on and then use the buffing cloth to just buff it in, rub it in. Now I'm just using that dark wax again, going around all of the edges, kind of blending it all together, making it look cohesive. old and vintage, and I just love how this is. I love how this tag is actually really kind of tattered looking on the edges and how the bottom looks. It really all blends together. I think it looks fantastic. And this is how I ended up covering up the Santa from last night's project. I did put it on cardboard just like this. I added a little wood piece at the bottom and put it right over the top on that tray. I like it because it kind of gives it that little 3D effect. Went ahead and added some greenery to the side. We'll put that nice big bow right there that I had pulled for some other project right on top. I think that looks so awesome. Now, an option would be to coffee grunge that bow, but it was late last night and I decided not to do that, but that would definitely be an option, friends. And there we go. I added a bow to the top and topped it off. Thanks for watching, friends.